Thanks for staying with us right here on the Golf Channel post game. Now, let's talk about the day as it broke down time-wise. Steve Sands sat by a clock all day watching the Masters, so he can do it. He's got Brandel. Steve?
All right, Craig, let's take a look at the final leaderboard as it went throughout the day, Brandel. We had 3 different leaders, and let's start at 3:28 Eastern Time. Jeff Maggard, who had a 2-shot lead, it dropped to 1 after Mike Weir birdied the par 5 second hole. How key is it to get off to a good start at that hole?
Well, very important for him to make the most of these opportunities. When he has a wedge in his hand, he stuffed it in there and got off to a great start.
Okay, we moved to 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Mike Weir grabbed his first lead after Jeff Maggard's ball hit him in the chest on the 3rd hole. Probably the most memorable shot of the Masters. Have you ever seen anything that crazy?
Only one other time have I ever seen anybody get hit by their own ball. The minute Maggard's ball hit him, the whole field, well, not the whole field, but substantially more players were brought into the mix.
Last time I saw anything like that in a major championship, T.C. Chen, when the ball hit his club twice. Amazing scenario there. Now, at 4:30 Eastern Time, Mike Weir led by 1 over a hard-charging Len Mattiace, who had just birdied the 10th hole. Len, 4 birdies, no bogeys. He was on the move.
The birdie he made at 10 obviously brought to mind Ben Crenshaw's great putt in 1984.
Okay, now it was still Weir and Mattiace, but Maggard was coming back after he birdied the 10th hole. How amazing, you were a player, how amazing was it to come back after what happened to him on the 3rd?
After we saw Maggard's ball hit him, we thought he was gone, but the poise he showed was unbelievable, coming back with 2 birdies over the next 6 holes.
Okay, 5:30 Eastern Time now. Len Mattiace had just eagled 13. An eagle on 13 to take his first lead of the day. Now what's going through his head?
Well, eagles are very rare there. There were, I think, fewer eagles there than ever. When he makes that, obviously, he is in control of the tournament.
Okay, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Now, Len's lead pushed to 2 after birdies on 15 and 16. Mike Weir, though, just birdied the par 5 13th. How key was that?
Well, Mike needs to make birdie there to stay in the tournament. It's clear that Len is having a great day, and he's going to keep going. At this point, it looks very bleak for Phil Mickelson.
Fast forward a half hour, 6:30 Eastern Time. Len Mattiace gets to the 18th. You said earlier you saw a little bit of strain in his face when he left the first one short. He makes the tough bogey, but how tough is that hole when you have a 1-shot lead?
Well, the hole was changed substantially last year. It was playing the 2nd hardest hole on the golf course. He drove it in the trees right, hit a great pitch out, got out safely, and then knocked it over the green, and then hit a very poor first putt, but a great second putt to get in at 7 under.
Okay, Mike Weir then birdied the par 5 15th hole. He parred his way home. They get to a playoff. So at 6:48 Eastern Time, we're going to a playoff. How amazing was it you to see par, 16, 17, and 18 finish from Mike Weir?
Well, Mike Weir is a solid player and plays great under the pressure. I thought that he would birdie 16, especially after he hit that shot in there. I figured he'd just knock it in and go on and par the last 2 holes. As it was, it took him a little longer to clean it up. Amazing
finish. 3 leaders today in the final round. Len Mattiace, Mike Weir go to a playoff. Mike Weir wins. First left-hander to win since Bob Charles in 1963 at Royal Lytham, the Open Championship. Craig, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. And now we are off to a break. When we come back, we will continue to talk about the final day of the Masters. Also, Tiger Woods comes into focus. Where does he go from here? Not the best final round.
Protection. It's not what it guards you against. It's what it lets you do. Continue. Ace Group, Global Protection.
There's a new lightweight driver from U.S. Kids Golf. It's the air kicker. Extra kick in the shaft, extra kick off the face for extra long distance.
Great shot.
It's the BFT, Beta Forged Titanium.
It's hot.
The lightweight head means more club head speed. You've got to see it to believe it.
Whoa.
It's the air kicker, the lightweight air kicker championship series driver from U.S. Kids Golf. Go ahead, kick some air.
Mr. Trevino,
Yeah.
can the XL3000 really do what you say it can?
Are you kidding, son? Grab these and I'll show you.
What's this?
Follow that ball.
Man, that really does go far.
Look at that.
distance and amazing soft feel.
And they're about half the price of other premium balls, which means I've got camp fare back.
Hey, I'll get this.
Whether it's drivers, putters, wedges, or irons, Stony Hill Custom Golf ensures that golfers of all abilities are fitted with the right equipment for their game and their budget. Stony Hill Custom Golf is the Northeast's largest custom club fitting center and is one of the most technically advanced facilities in the United States. Our nationally recognized club fitters employ the same state-of-the-art computerized fitting technology used by PGA Tour professionals. Our facility boasts indoor and outdoor fitting and teaching studios, as well as a complete club repair center. Stony Hill Custom Golf, a golfer's haven.
Don't miss Kenny Chesney, one of today's hottest country stars. Kenny Chesney in concert. No shoes, no shirt, no problems. Premiering on in-demand pay-per-view Saturday, April 19th.
Hey everybody, I'm Kenny Chesney. Catch us live on In Demand.
See Kenny Chesney in this special taped concert April 19th on Comcast.
76 to start for Tiger Woods, 75 to finish. For a while, we wondered who was the guy wearing the red shirt. Mark and Brandel, what stands out here?
I think that big 6 on number 3, he admitted that was a tactical mistake off the tee. The pin was in his toughest hole location. The smart play would have been to take iron and play the hole with a drive, iron and a 9-iron or wedge. Instead, he went for a driver. I think Brandel, even if he would have hit driver well there, he'd have had a 50 or 60-yard pitch to a tough hole location.
If he'd hit a good driver there, he'd have been left with a very difficult pitch into what has been described as the most perfect hole in golf.
He also said that his caddy talked him into using the driver, but Tiger took responsibility for it. He said ultimately it's the player's decision.
Well, that's a good way to bail out Stevie boy, but yeah, I couldn't see the advantage of hitting that club there.
Well, Tiger admitted it was not the best move, and that certainly derailed some momentum. Here's a statistic worth looking at. Triple defense, going for 3 in a row, and once again, it doesn't happen. Jack missed the cut. Faldo tied for 12th. Tiger makes the cut, and we remember what he did at the 9th just to hang around for the weekend, but I still find it amazing. Starts with 76, and you never expect Tiger Woods to finish with a 75. I want to put you guys on the spot a little bit. Did you see him maybe unnerved, rattled in the least bit, something perhaps that you've never seen before in Tiger Woods on a Sunday in the contention that he was in?
Other than just making too many mistakes, no, I didn't really see anything in his demeanor or really anything in his golf swing. I was watching his golf swing, and he made a number of swings that I thought were just beautiful. Obviously, this pitch he caught a little thin. That's very uncharacteristic. He normally is great at that shot.
Yeah, but he only hit 3 greens on his front 9 today, and if you want to send a message to the players behind, you got to come out with your long game in pretty good order, and he did not have it, obviously.
He knew that when Jack came back in '86, he was the same number of shots behind as Tiger was. Tiger was aiming to shoot 65 just like Jack did. In the end, the 65 posted by Len Mattiace. Len Mattiace or Tiger? Who would you have taken when the day started, Brian Hewitt?
Well, look, Tiger's still, far and away the best player in the world, but I think he's probably scratching his head a little bit, guys, because this is 2 out of the last 3 weeks where he hasn't fired in the last round. Remember, he struggled. He had 3 balls in the water in the final round at the Players' Championship 2 weeks ago.
Well, you have to believe Tiger Woods, it won't take him too long to get back, and this is a guy who looks for motivation. Mike Weir's on the top of the money list right now. And that pains him to slip that jacket on as much as he was nice to him. Vijay Singh, David Toms, a couple of guys kind of like this.
Pretty solid. David Toms, it just didn't happen. Vijay Singh missed a couple of short, critical putts today, and he hit his ball outstanding again, but the putting seems to be his weakness. It's just not going to leave him.
Yeah, Vijay has struggled with his putting now for a long time, and the belly putter has certainly relieved a little bit of that, but we saw him miss like this one here, I believe, on the 12th hole. I think his statistics this year, he's 180th or something like that in putting. He obviously is one of the best ball strikers, and what I thought would help him today is that he just hits it so far and so high, and that the pins were going to be exceedingly difficult today, and he'd have an advantage.
And for a while, it looked like Ernie Els was going to make a little bit of a move. In the end, though, it wasn't to be for Ernie, although he was one of the 7 guys under par.
Yeah, Ernie just, he never fired. I think, he birdied the first hole,
yep.
And you thought, gee, if he birdies the second hole, at that time, there only would have been, I think, 3 or 4 players ahead of him, and that's kind of a hole that you need to birdie on Sunday, and he didn't, and never quite got back into the mix.
Quietly, Jim Furyk 4. the guy is always there.
Well, he's another one of those players that before he's through, you expect him to have won 2 or 3 major championships. He contends, we saw a statistic earlier today in our pregame show where he had finished, I don't know, 12 times in the top 10 in major championships. So he certainly has the mettle, so to speak, to contend in these major championships in the game to win it.
And he just has not had a bust-out round in his final round. He's always solid X's and O's. His fairways and greens, makes enough putts, but he has not lit it up with 66, 67, 68, and that's what it takes the last round of a major, especially if you're behind. Look at it, he chips in for eagle right there, or whatever he chips in for, and it wasn't doing him any good. He was out of the tournament at that time.
Hot topic time. The story of sudden death playoff versus perhaps a longer playoff scenario. Do you guys like it? Here it is. Head-to-head, the most recent playoffs and majors. You see the number of holes. Pretty simple. 1-hole playoff today.
I really like the British Open's formula. I mean, they get it done the same day. It still allows a player who makes a mistake in the playoff to regain his composure, go on and make a few par saves, and then get it done later.
They couldn't have gone 4 holes today.
That's the thing. The British Open, you're up in Scotland. You can play until midnight if you want, so you can have a 4-hole playoff. But I think if they go any further than 2 holes at Augusta, they're running into daylight problems. I remember when Nick Faldo made his putt on 11 that one time. It was really in the dark.
All right, so Brian, you're running the tee times and making the pairings for the final round. You want to move them back a little bit so that you could have 4 holes? Is 1 or potentially 2 not enough in a major championship?
Well, you know, far be it from me to tell Hootie how to run his tournament, just like Tiger shouldn't do it either. But, you know, and I know TV's involved here and there's a lot of money involved too, but the leaders go off at 250. I think the leaders could go off earlier on Sunday, and then there would be room for what Brandel suggests on the playoff situation.
I know one guy that would love to have it have gone 1 more hole, Len Mattiace. We're off to break. When we come back, panel predictions. We'll relive what was said on Wednesday. Are any of these guys on the money at all? AT&T Wireless presents panel's predictions. We'll find out just what's on the board when we return.
Golf Channel post-game, brought to you by McGregor Golf. Beef oil, forged, made easy. By Golfsmith. If you really love golf, you'll love Golfsmith. Call, click, or come by Golfsmith. By the world's networking company, AT&T. And by Titleist, the #1 ball in golf.
So if I ran an online trading company, here's the way it would work. You'd make your trade, you pay the fee, a standard fee. No order handling fees or share limitations. I guess I'd run it like Ameritrade.
At Ameritrade, every online equity trade is $10.99, including stop and limit orders. No handling fees, no share limits, no gimmicks. Ameritrade, what's your share? Open an account at Ameritrade.com today and get 25 commission-free internet equity trades, and you could be trading the same day you apply.
Fair dinkum. It's got more mass down under.
He likes the 46% more directive mass and the perimeter weighting.
Where's V-file? I'm flushing it.
Long.
This driver's the Ann's pants and the bee's knees.
Lower mass, higher launch.
It's the easiest, longest driver I've ever hit. With more mass at the back, with the perimeter weighting, you're going to get solid feel and straighter shot.
Experience the easy power of V-foil today at an authorized McGregor dealer near you.
Happy that these guys are my mates.
I change my underwear every night. I brush my teeth every day.
We all have our little things that we do.
I used to put one shoe before the other.
Lucky pencils in my bag.
I'll use 5 on the first day, 6s on the second day,
3s on the third day, 4s on Sunday.
Start a tournament with a certain color.
2 quarters in my right pocket.
Quarter has to be a 1965 quarter. I always have a penny in there.
Penny with a good date on it, like 1964.
I use the same pitchfork all the time.
Oh, I mean, it's just little things like that.
It's a marvelous night for the moon dance with the stars above in the eye. Fantabulous night to make romance.
315 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and utility when you need it.
The night's magic seemed to win.
The new Infiniti FX45.
You know the sun.
You're watching Masters Week on the Golf Channel.
Stay tuned all night long for an evening of special programming devoted to Tiger's run at history at this year's Masters.
Hi, I'm Brian Hammonds. Coming up on a special 1 hour Golf Central, we will bring you all the highlights from the final round of the Masters. And our crew at Augusta National will put it all into perspective. For that and a lot more, join us following postgame.
AT&T Wireless panel predictions. We go through these fairly quickly only because we don't want these guys to have to look at this too long. They're not too good. We start with Brian Hewitt.
Well, Tiger didn't win, and little did I know that he would be over par in 3 rounds out of the 4. Peter Leonard, let's move on to the next one. Why? There were 3 amateurs that made the cut, and I was happy to be wrong about that. Those guys played great, and I'm going to say very quickly that on our air, but not in these picks, I said Phil Mickelson would finish 3rd for the 3rd year in a row, and he did.
All right, next time write it down for us, would you, Brian? Okay. Again, Tiger wins. Watch out for Davis and Freddie. Davis had a 77 round 1. Freddie had a 77 in round 4. Tiger was pretty worried about it, I'm sure, but still, Davis did okay. Angel Cabrera and Jonathan Bird. Jonathan Bird, great going.
Good job, Mark.
And the record of 21 rounds in the 80s will be challenged. It was challenged. It's 14 rounds in the 80s. Not bad.
Yeah, touchdown less. Okay. Brandel?
Saluting Tiger's 3rd win, Augusta retires green jackets for leisure shoots in honor of the year Tiger was born. Didn't happen. Justin battles Tiger, and they go to the 18th tee, tied for the lead. Tiger stuffs it and birdies the win by 1.
Justin was that?
We never did figure it out. Martha Burke plants hidden camera in Miguel Angel Jimenez's hair and hopes to catch any gender bashing.
I think that happened. I think that really
Miguel
did happen.
left. He never made the cut. Listen, Brandel, you've been here all week. We want to thank you for that. A lot of emails asking about what your playing status is for the year 126 to 150. Where are we going to see you?
Well, that's right. I'm playing on a limited basis, sadly. I'll play probably 18 or 20 events in addition to doing 9 events for ABC.
That's right. You're working TV now. So you can get people yelling in your ear. You're going to be able to be hard on these guys?
I have a boss. He's probably watching right now, Jack Graham at home, I'm sure.
Well,
he's a good guy.
We had a blast having you here this week. Mark Lai, terrific job. Thanks. Brian Hewitt as well.
Enjoy
now,
good job.
We will be back on Wednesday with the Golf Channel Listen, enough shaking hands. We'll do that after the show. Golf Channel pregame on Wednesday. Hilton Head, the next PGA Tour stop. Peter Osterhaus will join us. Been a great week. Golf Central coming up next. For all of us at the Golf Channel, I'm Craig Cann. We hope you enjoyed the Masters and our coverage, and we leave you with a week's worth of Masters moments. So long, everybody.
The course is playing very difficult, and the scores are reflecting that.
The longest the course has ever been by hundreds of yards, and I think that's why you're going to see a lot of the guys struggling.
If they firm up, then it's going to be a lot tougher.
I'm thinking, last couple groups. I mean, that's what I think you need to be in on Sunday to try to win this tournament.
It'll be tough to catch them, but somebody right there at 1 over even, 1 under can shoot 500-600 par and pull away.
I would like to think I've got a chance. I've got to go out there and play well. Nicholas has done it in 86.
And says by the end of the day, if I get to even par or even under par, I'll be right back in this thing, and that's exactly where I'm at.
I guess Tiger's back in the mix. Jeff Maggart played a great round of golf today, so who knows?
you told me at the beginning of the week I'd be 2 back and a chance to win. I'd be happy with that.
There's so many things that can happen on this golf course with 1 round to play.
So it should be a heck of a challenge.
Golf Central is proud to present expanded coverage of the Masters.
Sunday at Augusta National and a chance to win the Masters. It is a day players dream of from the time they hit their first pure shot as a little kid, and a show golf fans have been waiting for since Rich Beem made that last putt at the PGA Championship.
And the way the leaderboard looked, there was a good chance that it would be quite a show. Heading into Sunday at the Masters, there was an unlikely leader, Jeff Maggart, a short hitter who has only 1 top 20 finish this year and only 1 top 10 in 9 appearances at the Masters. But his chasers included the usual suspects. Mike Weir, a 2-time winner this year, was 2 back. Major champions Vijay Singh and David Toms were 3 back. And of course, the 2-time defending champion was only 4 shots back. To Augusta National to see how it all played out. This is Phil Mickelson on the 2nd hole from 1.5 miles away for birdie. And watch this one. It goes. He goes to 2 under. Would this be Phil Mickelson's day? Would he win that first major? Here's Tiger Woods. His drive on 3 found the trees. He played left-handed coming out. Not a bad recovery, but Tiger would make double bogey there and shoot 39 on the front 9. Mike Weir began the day in 2nd place at 3 under par. His 3rd of the par 5 second. This works out very nicely. He would make birdie, move to 4 under, 1 shot back. Jeff Maggart began the day in the lead at 5 under, but watch this on the 3rd hole. The bunker shot hits the lip and then hits him. That is a 2-stroke penalty. Maggart would triple the hole, fall back to 2 under par. Meanwhile, Len Mattiace began to make a run at the green jacket at the approach on 8. Hit 4 shot to the par 5. And it goes for birdie. He moves to 3 under par, 1 shot off the lead. Mike Weir is 4 under at this point, leading the tournament. His tee shot on 6. He likes it. Why wouldn't he? He would birdie and move to 5 under. So here's how things stood after the leaders had completed the first 9 holes. And of course, we know that that's when this tournament starts. Mike Weir led by 1 over Len Mattiace. Jeff Maggart was 2 back with Mickelson, Furyk, Toms, and Singh within striking distance of 2 under par.
So here we go to the back 9 on Sunday. Len Mattiace at 3 under.